What is going on, bots? My name is ImFr3ke. Welcome back to another story. This one is a prank story because I was a little bit of a prankster back in the day. This prank is something that kids would kind of do a lot, and I'm actually surprised this wasn't really uploaded too much on YouTube, to be perfectly honest. This was actually kind of a bad prank to do to people on the road. Because the premise behind this prank is you do it at nighttime to where they can't see exactly what you guys are doing. So it forces them to slam on the brakes and almost get into an accident. Because what you would do is you'd have one of your buddies on the opposite side of the road, and then you yourself would be on the other side of the road. And what you would do is act like you guys are both holding some sort of rope or something. So when it's nighttime and you're not doing it by a lamppost or something, and then people will obviously think that you're holding something in the middle of the road and they won't be able to pass. But you're actually not holding anything. It's an invisible rope prank, and it's pretty fucking hilarious to get reactions from it. So we would do this on main roads. We would do this like outside my subdivision. We'd do it inside the subdivision. We do it pretty much anywhere where there wouldn't be a lot of light for the people to drive past people. You know, if this happened to me now, I'd be kind of pissed off, but I know what they're doing. But I'd probably still stop because just in case, you know, you never know what people are holding in the road nowadays, okay? But we would do this all over the place, and it would fuck a lot of people over. Some people would laugh at it. Some people would say, oh, nice prank. Some people would get really pissed off, like I'm going to get into. And it was a pretty fun prank. So we'd get a lot of reactions. It was great. That's what pranks are all about. They're supposed to be lighthearted and fun. And then you get a reaction from somebody if anything happens. So this one night we did it. We decided to do it on the main road outside of my subdivision where a lot of people pass by. And a lot of people drive way too fast. So that's why we were going to do it on this road, because this road's like supposed to be 25 miles an hour because it's going past a park where a lot of kids play at, and a lot of games go down, soccer games, baseball games, basketball games, etc., etc. And we were going to do it here because a lot of people go like 50 miles an hour down this road, which they're not supposed to be doing because cops are all around and stuff like that. They'll stop them. And we were like, all right, we're going to do it. I believe I was 16 at the time. My brother was 14 at the time. His friend was 14 at the time. And my other two friends were 16 as well. And we decided to pull off this prank. So it was about pretty late at night, to the point where, you know, the lampposts are coming on, the street lights are coming on. And we find a perfect spot to do this prank. And what I do is we have one of my friends go on the opposite side of the road, and then we have I believe my brother act like he's holding the rope on the other side of the road. So they're both like crouched down, acting like they're holding the rope as tight as possible. Like you can, it definitely just looks like they're holding a rope, right? And then we see a couple of cars come speeding by. Some cars actually just don't even realize it. They just don't see anybody on the side of the road. And on the other side, some people do, and they stop, and then we just kind of act like we let go, and then they drive past. But this instant was like the greatest thing in the world. This is like one of the greatest reactions that we've ever had. And what ends up happening is the car that stops for this one actually slams on the brakes so hard when they were going like 50 miles an hour down this road, forces another dude behind them to like basically slam on the brakes too to make sure they don't hit their car. So we're holding, they're holding the ropes. I'm kind of watching this from a distance a little bit, maybe like a couple feet away or something like that, maybe like, I don't know, 10 meters out or something like that, just kind of watching. And they're both holding the rope. We see this guy speeding past because we want to catch the guys that are speeding. And this person slams on the brakes. And then what we hear is just a squeal of like a whole bunch of cars just squealing, and then we look behind and there's like a traffic jam, and we're like, holy shit. And we're all kind of laughing at this, and they're still like holding down the rope, acting like they still have it. And what we got was priceless. Some lady gets out of the car and she starts yelling at them. She's like, oh, hell no, you guys be doing this shit. We are coming down this road and you guys are going to try to block this shit? What in the hell do you think you're doing? That is some fucking bullshit. I'm going to come over there and beat your ass. Okay, where the hell are your parents at? I'm going to beat their ass too. You know what? If I don't beat your ass, I'm going to have my man get out of this car and beat your ass. And we're like looking at the other vehicles behind. None of them are like really worrying. Some of them are like honking their horn in the back. But this lady is like freaking out, basically almost getting outside of her car. Like she has one foot out and kind of like leaning over the passenger side door and yelling over at us, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get my man out of this car and he's gonna beat your ass. And then we're like looking at the dude in the car and he's just like kind of staring away like he's like, really don't want this to happen. I'm really just trying to go home. My woman's crazy. She didn't eat today, so she's a little bit crazy, okay? I don't want to be part of this. And she's like motioning towards you like, yeah, you're going to beat their ass, right? Get out of this car and beat their ass. And he's just sitting there like, I don't really want to do this. They're kids. Honey, just get back in the car. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just get back into the car. All right. Well, right now, we would totally beat your ass, but we gotta go places, and fuck you kids. And then they just, like, sped off. They full-on speed sped off. Like, they didn't even give a fuck. I think they even went through the intersection even if it was a fucking red light ahead of them. They fucking sped off as if they were pissed as fuck. Or maybe the guy in the car was just pissed because his wife was going off at some stupid shit that kids were doing. They're pulling the little pranksters. Pranked, baby! It's just a prank, bro. And all the other cars didn't really, like, do anything. They even, like, waved at us and stuff. Like, most people are genuinely, like, okay with it. But apparently these people were totally against it. And I thought it was probably one of the funniest things that we have gotten reaction-wise from a prank that was so simple as holding a fake rope, I should say, in the middle of the road. Holding a real rope in the road, don't ever do that. That's really bad, and I'm pretty sure you can get some sort of citation or some sort of ticket or something because of that, because of damage reasons. But ours was harmless that we know of. We didn't get any accidents caused, almost. You know, this lady that was like 30-some years old wanted to beat her ass. So that would have been pretty interesting. But otherwise, yeah, this was a harmless prank. Pretty fucking fun. I bet kids are still doing that nowadays. I hope they do that nowadays instead of playing with fidget spinners and stuff like that and yelling at kids on Xbox and PlayStation, because it seems like the kids nowadays are growing up in a weird era where everyone has an iPhone in their hand, fidget spinner in their left hand, and they're just yelling over people over the mic and calling them faggots. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I love ya. Pranked, baby!